on data with Informatica. Super, because everyone's time is valuable and we want to get to the content. I want to share a little bit about Datasource Consulting, which explains how we are knowledgeable in this area. We are a business intelligence and data integration consulting firm. It's all day, every day. And as most BI and data warehouse programs fail due to building and architecture, a 65% fail, IT has naturally evolved to this area. These considerations certainly relate to big data. As a company, we offer assessments, especially for existing BI and data programs, where questions on scalability or issues where users may be encountering latency or questioning the accuracy of the data. We offer data architecture, design, and builds from scratch, creation, complex ETL, data visualization, data modeling, data quality, and vendor tool evaluation, all critical components of a successful BI or data initiative. So we have everyone muted, so I encourage you to utilize the chat for questions at any time during the presentation. At time for more formal Q&A. The presentation is about 45 minutes in length, and I encourage you to ask questions. Personally, attend presented on numerous webinars, as some of you have as well. Experience the dynamic and real-time conversation really comes from everyone getting involved, so please ask questions. We have contact information on the last slide, so you can always contact us this way. That is your preference. Let's and dig in. I'd like to introduce you to Tom Nat, Director for Datasource Consulting. Tom?
Deborah. Get the slide. I'm Nats with Datasource Consulting. I head up the data integration practice here at Datasource. And since Informatica partner, I get to play all the Informatica software in our lab. Informatica for about a little over 10 years now, and I enjoy learning some of their newer products that are coming out. I went to Informatica headquarters earlier this year for a long boot camp on the new Big Data edition. We configured and performed many scenarios on loading a Hadoop cluster and writing mappings that use Hadoop as a source. We're going to provide a brief overview of some of the architecture pieces that the Big Data edition uses and how edition works with this new technology. The demos I'm going to give in the webinar I'm going to be showing you today can be found on our YouTube channel, which is the handle is Datasource TV. Some other videos up there for different kind of Informatica products. This graphic before. Marketing, where you define product, promotion, place, price, and big data, the terms of variety, velocity, and volume are used frequently. This slide, because as some of you have worked in this area for many years, understand when I say life used to be so much simpler. We had 9 methods to deal with, tables that were hundreds of megs and a few databases. Within the last 15 years, things have exploded when it comes to the amount of data within the company. So what's these terms? Let's start with velocity first. We have just a handful of reports that we'll do early in the morning. We get up 2 o'clock when the loads failed, get them back going again, and everybody was happy. Everybody wants the reports all during the day and at night, some of them at time. Does it have real time? For some, yes. Others, that's probably best used for probably another webinar. The next one we'll talk about is data variety. From simple table data in a database to all sorts of different types, such as vendor data, social media, video, photos, XML, PDFs, and all that good stuff. And last, most important, is data volume. Megabytes to terabytes. A typical company, for example, now has social media, cloud vendor data, marketing campaigns, and Excel data. So what is a big data? 3 years ago, we had a client that was migrating from Oracle to Teradata. Report took about 45 minutes on a rack system, and then when in Teradata, they took 30 seconds. How can this be? We can get 5 years of transactions, start to figure out what people are buying, their trends, etc. For some companies, big data has always been there. They just couldn't realize all the benefits and value of their existing data. So even more information. Before, the data you could collect was usually just limited to your source systems. Now companies are realizing the value of joining external data such as weather to gain additional insight for their customers